Hello everyone, my name is Abdul Harith Imran bin Hassan Basri. My number metric is 280244. Now I want to share my video about a special event that was very important to all society in Malaysia, which is consists from Malaysia's multiracial society. This special event is Malaysia Independence Day, which that we all Malaysian people who are born in this country celebrate every year on 31st August. I want to explain a little bit about these special events. Malaysia Independence Day is also known as National Day or Hari Merdeka in Malay. Is observed on August 31 and commemorates the Malayan Declaration of Independence of 31st August 1957. It is defined in Article 160 of the Constitution of Malaysia as the official Independence Day, when it gained its freedom from the British colonial administration. Usually, the celebration starts from the beginning of August with the various programs and national competition. Owing to the celebrations, the month of August is also known as the National Month. Now, I want to talk about the history of Independence Day of Malaysia. The efforts for the independence of Malaysia were headed by the first Malaysian Prime Minister, Tunku Abdul Rahman. He led a delegation of ministers and political leaders of Malaya to negotiate with the British for independence. When the threat of a communist revolt posed during Malayan emergency gradually became less, an agreement was reached on February 8, 1956 for Malaysia gain independence from the British Empire. But due to some logistical and administrative reasons, their actual independence was declared in the following year on August 31, 1957. On the night of August 30, 1957, the crowd gathered at Merdeka Square in Kuala Lumpur to witness the handover of power from the British. At the stroke of midnight, the Union Jack in the square was lowered. The new flag of Malaysia was raised, and as the national anthem, Negaraku was played. This was followed by 7 chants of Merdeka by the crowd. Now, I would like to share a little bit about the Independence Day timeline. On 1948, Malayan emergency, the British declared a state of emergency after the Communist Party of Malaya (CPM) attempts to overthrow colonial government and establish a communist republic. On 1956, Treaty of London. The Treaty of London 1956 is signed to set up the independent Federation of Malaya. On 1957's independence from Britain, the Federation of Malaya is granted independence from Britain after 50 years of colonial rule. On 1963, Federation of Malaya. The Federation of Malaysia, comprising the states of the Federation of Malaya, North Borneo, Sarawak, and Singapore, are officially declared. Now, I have several questions a little bit related to this topic, the Independence Day. First of all, what is the difference between Merdeka Day and Malaysia Day? The Malaysia Day is on September 16 and marks the formation of the Federation of Malaysia, while Hari Merdeka is celebrated on 31st August as the original Independence Day of Malaysia. Next question is about how this country have a religion, how it's expand to more than one religion in this country. this country who brought Islam to Malaysia. Islam is thought to have been brought to Malaysia around the 12th century by Indian, Arabic, and Persian traders. In the early 15th century, the Malacca Sultanate, commonly considered the first independent state in the peninsula, was founded. Last but not least, the questions. What does merdeka mean? Merdeka is a word from Indonesia and Malay language. Meaning is independent or free. Now, we move to the next part is about how to observe Malaysia Independence Day. First of all, we need to take part in the annual Merdeka Parade. The National Day Parade is all about decorated cars, royal inspection, flag raising, recitation of Rukun Negara, and cultural and patriotic performances. You can experience the culture of Malaysia by watching the parade lively, or watch the Merdeka celebrations on TV. The Merdeka Parade. Hari Merdeka is observed enthusiastically every August 31st with a massive celebration and parade known as the Merdeka Parade. Lots of politicians and VIPs take their turns and at the microphone on stage. Then the fun begins. A royal procession, cultural performances, military demonstration, intricate floats, sporting events, and other interesting diversions fill the day. Grab a flag and start waving it. The Merdeka Parade went on tour to different parts of Malaysia, but regularly returns to Merdeka Square, where it all began. From 2011 to 2017, the celebration was held at Merdeka Square, which is Dataran Merdeka, not far from the Perdana Lake Gardens and Chinatown in Kuala Lumpur. In 2018, the parade was moved to Putra Square, a square in Putrajaya, just south of the city. The next is you can organize your own activities, which is like you can even organize an event or different activities to inspire the spirit of patriotism and love for the country. A national speech competition and or a Merdeka poetry contest and a photography competition are some ideas to help you get started. Last but not least, you can even decorate your homes. Like you can decorate your home and vehicle with flags. Flags and decorations can be seen all over the country. There are even neighborhood decorating competitions too. This is the 5 facts about Malaysia's national anthem. First of all, Malaysia had no national anthem at the time of independence because Malaysia did not have a national anthem. So at that time, our first Prime Minister Tunku Abdul Rahman decided to organize a worldwide competition to find a suitable national anthem for Malaysia. And at that time, 512 entries were submitted. After all, it is originally the state anthem of Perak. In the end, Tunku Abdul Rahman opted to use the Perak state anthem's melody for the Malaysian for the Malaysian national anthem. It was rearranged. The anthem was rearranged. It gave it a level higher rhythm, which is unpopular around with the citizens around 2003, with the tempo was returned to what it was originally. Last but not least, it has two versions. There exists full version of the anthem as well as a shorter version. This is the part where I want to talk about why Malaysian National Day is very important. First of all, it inspires the spirit of patriotism. It is the day when Malaysia gained independence from the British Empire. On the one hand, demonstrates with the significance of freedom, and on the other hand, it unites the whole nations under one flag. Second is about it acts as historical and cultural symbolism. Any nation that possesses certain symbols feels pride in owning and celebrating them. The day bears historical and cultural importance, and people celebrate it to demonstrate the significance of freedom. Last but not least, it fosters love and responsibility for the country. The day presents an opportunity to relearn the philosophy behind the formation of Malaysia and cultivate a sense of love and responsibility for the country. So that's all.
Hello everyone, my name is Mohamad Ammar bin Azizan. My metric number is 278642. In this video, I'm going to talk about the special event, which is Islamic special events that Muslims celebrate it once a year. It's called al-adha, or in North America, it's called Fest of the Sacrifice. I'm going to talk about the sacrifice in this video, and this is the latter of the two Islamic holidays celebrated worldwide each year. The other being is Fitri, that's happened 1 Shawwal, and it's happened because of the celebration of the Muslim that fasting during Ramadan 30 days. For this al-adha, it honor the willingness of Abraham to sacrifice his son, whose the name is Ismail, as an act of obedience to the God's commands. In the Jewish and Christian religions believe that according to the Genesis chapter 22, Abraham took his son Isaac to sacrifice because Abraham could sacrifice his son. However, Allah provided a lamb to the sacrifice instead. In commemoration of this invention, animals are sacrificed ritually. This event happens every 10th Zulhijjah for 4 days in a row. This event also important for Muslim because during this event, Muslim can do the fifth pillar of Islam. For your information, Islam have 5 pillars that should follow. First is Shahadah, which is the fundamental statement of faith and commitment made by Muslim. Second is prayer 5 times a day. Third is fast in Ramadan. Fourth is zakat, that give money to the poor people. And the last one is complete the Hajj. This happen during this event. There is one pillar in the Hajj that which is called wukuf, the ceremony of gathering on the field of Arafah during the Hajj, and it is a limited time, which is in the Zuhur, which is 1:30 on 9 Zulhijjah, 1:30 p.m. on 1 Zulhijjah until before dawn of 10th Zulhijjah. This is called wukuf. One of the main trails of Abraham's life was to face the command of God by sacrificing his beloved son. In Islam, Abraham kept having dreams that he was sacrificing his son Ismail. Abraham knew that this was a command from the God, and he told his son, as they state in the Quran, "Oh son, I kept dreaming that I was slaughtering you." Ismail replied to his father, "Father, do what you are ordered to do." Abraham prepared to submit to the will of God and prepared to slaughtering his son as an act of faith and obedience to God. During this preparation, Satan tempted Abraham and his family by trying to dissuade them from carrying out God's command, and Abraham drove Satan away by throwing pebbles at him. In commemoration of their rejection of Satan, stones are thrown at symbolic pillars, stoning of the devil during Hajj. Muslims worldwide celebrate al-adha to boast the devotion of Abraham and the survival of Ismail. The tradition for al-adha involves slaughtering an animal and share the meat in the three equal parts. First for family, second is for the relative and friends, third is for poor people. The goal of this sharing because to make sure every Muslim get to eat meat. The celebration has a clear message of devotion, kindness, and equalities. However, the purpose of sacrifice in Eid al-Adha is not about shedding of blood just to satisfy Allah. It is about sacrificing something devotes love the most to advance the message of Eid al-Adha. In other words, the sacrifice can be something other than an animal, such as money or time spent on the community service, because when we do a sacrificing, we must need a good community to make sure this event runs smoothly, to cut the meat and serve. There can be one family do this for all, but everyone can help. There are historical precedents of Caliph sacrificing items other than meat. After all, the animal sacrificing is only a sunnah, which is habitual rather than required. The Quran says that the meat will not reach Allah, nor will the blood, but what reach him is the devotion of devotees. There are several requirements to sacrifice an animal legally. First of all, it was age requirement. Like camels, it should be 5 years old into 6 years old. Next is cattle and buffalo, and the goat was 2 years old into 3 years old. For sheep or kibas, a year into a second entry or the front teeth has given birth, even though they are not old enough but more than 6 months. Animals disabled can be sacrificed because they are not healthy. We need the healthy animals to be sacrificed because it's not cruel to sacrifice a unhealthy or disabled animals. In my experience, my grandfather done the sacrifice 2 years, which is 2019 and 2018. It was the best day because it gather the family and we can communicate with in front, which is it was together and help each other to cook that. Yeah, because of I'm sorry to the Buddhists and who were vegan, because I'm say this about the meat and not this is because of the religion things that Islam do. I'm sorry, and I think that's all from my part and video. Thank you for watching. Bye.